Hello. Um, so long time no talk. So obviously last week I didn't get to do an episode. Life has been crazy, to say the least. We had to deal with things for my grandmother, and then my husband's grandmother passed away, and then my sister's husband's grandmother passed away, and then my mom was moving. So it has been a ride. But I think it's finally starting to settle down. Maybe. Um anyway, we're back with the fourth episode of Coffee with Jensen. This is the podcast for those of us who need 40 hours in a 24-hour day. If you know, you know. Because trust me, I could have used all 40 of them the last couple days. I'm Jensen Parker, romance author, businesswoman, etc., etc. And I'm so excited to be back with you. So, let's get started. So, I just want to start off by saying thank you to people who reached out about my husband's grandmother. It's very nice of you. I really appreciated that. He's doing much better. He's still pretty upset, but he's doing much better. So thank you. Also, I want to say thank you to friends and family far and wide who have been subscribing to my newsletter. It was already there, but I've officially launched my website and my newsletter as of March 31st. So if you haven't, go subscribe, because people who are on my mailing list are going to get first dibs to things concerning the book. Which, yes. So book update. I ended up submitting to that contest. I won't know anything until the middle of April. If I win, I get an 8-week intensive editing thing with a professional editor. That would put me back a little bit, but I think it would be worth it. But if I don't, then I'm just going to move forward with what I've been doing and with my plan, my original plan. So you definitely want to be on the newsletter, because you're going to get first dibs as to what's going on. It'll obviously be on social media, but I figure if you do me the honor of subscribing to me, I can do the honor of giving you first dibs. So make sure you're there. Where am I at in the process? Well, I do have some editing left to do. I did a significant amount of it before I submitted, but I do have some left. Mostly filling in loopholes and things like that. I have purchased my ISBN numbers, I created my LLC, and I started the copyright process. So we're there. We're getting there. We're getting somewhere. So I'm excited. As of right now, if I pulled it up, I have 90,000 words. Before I changed it to first person, I had almost 100,000. But that's okay. My original goal was 90. So if I stick around there, I'm good. That's where I land, then I'm good. Also, if you want book news sooner, make sure that you follow me on Instagram. Go to my pinned post. That's a giveaway post. And go there, like it, follow me, and tag 2 friends in it. You'll be entered into my giveaway, which is I'm picking 2 people, and you're either going to get a book off your Amazon wish list or an Amazon gift card up to $20. If you want an extra entry, then subscribe to my newsletter and send me proof that you did. So I'm just trying to get all the subscriptions. My goal is 500 followers on Instagram, which we've talked about before. And I would like to get 100 on Facebook. I am about, sorry, I got a phone call. I'm about 80-ish people from 500 on Instagram as of right now, which is Saturday. So maybe by the time this airs, I'll have hit 500. I don't know. Either way, you can still go follow me. And I'm roughly 40 from 100 on Facebook. So go to my website, jensenparker.com. That's where all my social media is linked to make it really easy for you. So yeah, I have a special thing planned for when I finally hit those goals. But again, people on my newsletter get first tips. So make sure you subscribe. Now that we've covered those bases, figured today we could talk about characters and how I create them, the process behind it. It usually starts with a name. Pinterest is my best friend when it comes to names. But sometimes I pick basic names. Sometimes you just pick a basic name. Depends on the character. Because sometimes I want it to have a little more meaning. I want it to have a little more meaning. Excuse me. It also depends on what their purpose is. Because if they have a certain purpose, maybe they'll get a certain name with a certain meaning. It really just starts with a name. I have a spreadsheet. Shocker. I know. If you know me in a spreadsheet, we're like this. We are super tight. I love spreadsheets. But I have a spreadsheet. And it lays out everything that I feel like I need to know about a character. So, an example, if it wants to come up. So, for example, name meaning. Do they like their name? What are their nicknames? What's their race? Their birthday? Yes, I do plot out birthdays because I think it's important to know when their birthday is. And I want to know how old they are. You can guesstimate it, but I want to know how old you are. Hair, skin color, all the basic things, but also what is their favorite color? What's their favorite book, their favorite movie, their favorite vacation spot, their favorite author, their favorite music, their favorite drink. I also do what's their temperament like? What kind of a person are they when they're alone? Are they a daredevil? Are they cautious? Are they extroverted, introverted? What mannerisms do they have? What's their life philosophy? How do they feel about themselves? What are their character flaws? Then I list their family, including their father, mother, siblings. Do they have children? Do they have a significant other? Do they have extended family that you're going to meet? Who are their best friends? Who are their friends? Because there's a difference between best friends and friends. Do they have any exes? What are significant dates in their life? That is not all of it. That is just some. Like, that's just me scrolling through because this is really long. My best friend likes to make fun of me for this, but he uses it too. Don't let him fool you. He likes it. He likes how organized I am because it keeps him organized. Now, he doesn't fill it out very well. He doesn't fill it out as much as I do. I fill it out a lot. There are some characters that don't get everything because they're not as significant as a main character might be or a supporting main character. But for the most part, I can tell you all of the things about all of my characters. I want to know my character in and out. If I'm writing you, especially now that I did first person, I feel like I have to know this person forwards and backwards. Otherwise, how am I supposed to write them properly? So, yes, I have a spreadsheet and I know everything about them. Trust me, they like to talk. I've said this before. If you're an author, you get it. Your characters talk to you. It's not like voices in your head. It's not. That's not the same thing. But if you're an author, you get it, or if you're a writer, you get it. I've been asked, how do I know what they look like? Do I picture them in my head? Do I use a celebrity for inspiration? Yes to both. It's one of those things where you just know. And I don't know how to say, I don't know how to describe it. You just know what they look like. And yeah, sometimes you might hear my cat outside the door. Sometimes there are like photos of a celebrity that I may have kind of next to their description, just because maybe that one photo looks like them. I don't specifically go looking for celebrities that look like my characters, but if I see one and they kind of resemble my character, I may write their name down in the in my spreadsheet just so that I have that for reference. But for the most part, no, I create them from scratch. I know people who do the opposite. I know people who literally go and use a celebrity, and that's fine. I don't. I like I like knowing that this person that I'm creating is literally somebody that I've created. I don't think anything's wrong either way. I don't think either way is the right way. That's just my preference. So yes, I do picture them in my mind, but if there are times where I might see a celebrity and think that they resemble them, then I might write their name down and save the photo. Now I will say that I have put together, because on the off chance that something ever happened and this blew up, I think it's normal. I think it's normal. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just me. I put together a dream cast list, but it's not really a dream. It is, but it's not. It's a cast list of people who I think would look like ish, not 100% like the characters. So I do have that. It's about as close as I can get, I guess. to real people. I'm not really sure. But that's just dreaming big. It's dreaming real big. You never know though. So, do I think it's a good idea to use a celebrity? Not necessarily. But like I said, I don't think either way is right or wrong. I really think it's just up to the author. I personally try not to, but sometimes it happens. But I try not to. I try to describe them and create who it is that I'm seeing and feeling and hearing, and so I really try not to use celebrity inspiration. In terms of characters that I don't like, though, I will say that sometimes I am really bad about not giving them as much love as the ones I do. So, for example, in this book that I'm writing and working on, there's a couple characters that I don't like and that my beta readers did not like either, which was good. That was the whole point. But the comment was made that I didn't describe them as well as I obviously described the main characters and some of the other characters. So it's something I'm working on. I don't like them, but you need to be able to picture them too. I can see them in my mind's eye, but just because I can see them, you can't. So it's I'm working on it. And I've fixed it in this book. So don't worry, you'll be able to picture them. I think. So that's how I create characters. I kind of talked about this, I think, in the last video about how literally my two main characters for this book were the first things that came to my head. And that's how this book became a thing. The names came, and then the image of them and who they are and what they are. And I literally spent a whole day mapping out these two characters. And I still learn as I'm writing, I still learn about them, and things do change, which is okay. But I'm still learning. Like you guys, as you guys learn, I'm learning as I'm writing. So it's not always firm, and it's not always concrete in the beginning. However, I think that each character, at least your main characters, they have their own identity, and you have to stick with that. You can't change it. You can't change who they are. A character is like a person, and they are who they are. So, I wanted to give an update on Daisy Jones in case you didn't read my my little rant that I did. It's not a rant, it's a review on Instagram. I tried. I did. I tried. I wanted to like it. I I didn't. I gave it 3 stars. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. I don't get the hype. I don't like Daisy. I still don't like her. But I finished it, and I started watching the show. I like Daisy in the show better than I like Daisy in the book. Actually, I kind of like the show in general better than I like the book. That might be the first time I've ever said that, but this just is what it is. That's not to say, I'm not saying don't read it if you haven't read it, which I feel like I'm the only person on the planet who hadn't read it yet. But if you haven't read it, read it, make your own opinion. Take my review with a grain of salt. It's just not for me. I recommend it. No. Is it bad? no, it's just not for me. So you might like it, and that's fine. But while I was gone and driving, I listened to 2 audiobooks, which I never do. Not usually, but I did. I listened to The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. Yeah. And The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. I love Rowan. Love him. He's up there with Rysand. So expect me to just be obsessed with him. He's going on the book boyfriend list. Just throwing that out there. I'll be doing reviews on those very soon. So check Instagram for those. And then I wanted to do a small little shout out to 2 other indie authors who their book is coming out today, because today is technically Tuesday when you're listening to this. So Tuesday, April 4th, the book That Wasn't in the Script by Sarah Ainsley and the book Only You by Michaela Jean Taylor are both coming out today. So make sure that you go and get those, because I have them waiting for me in my Kindle and I'm super excited to read them. So make sure you go and get those. I'll actually link them somewhere, probably in the description. If you're on YouTube, it'll be in the description box below. If you are listening, it'll be in the description if it lets me do that. So anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble. Make sure that you hit subscribe and we can have more chats together every Tuesday. And then after you hit subscribe, go to my website, jensenparker.com, and subscribe to my newsletter so that you get first dibs on all things to do with my books. I'll also be doing exclusive updates and goodies and freebies and all the things. So make sure you do that. Again, jensenparker.com, and then also follow me on social media.